Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Friday, September 20th, around 9 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. A hurricane is still in the cards, and all the models are lining up for a tropical storm developing in the Caribbean, moving its way into the Gulf of Mexico in just a week and making landfall. Keep calm. It's boom time. Forecasters show the warm, dry Montana summer could transition to cold and a snowier winter. La Nina could develop in the coming months, which typically brings colder Montana winters. And, well, we are at ENSO neutral now, and the odds of La Nina developing are very high, in my opinion. When does fall officially begin? Well, it begins at 8:48 a.m. EDT on Sunday with the autumnal equinox. So make sure you get out and, well, celebrate the equinox. The spring and the fall equinox is a time when the northern hemisphere receives equal daylight and equal darkness. The sun shines equally on the southern and northern hemispheres. And, well, it is a time for rejoice and harvest in the fall, which is what we're doing now, harvesting. The Caribbean and Gulf potential tropical storm development is being tracked by the National Hurricane Center and by Diamond himself. And here is the full forecast. We've got heat and fire weather concerns for the center of the nation. Coastal impacts across the east. Excessive heat returns for portions of the plains today, where heat indices will likely climb above the century mark. Furthermore, warm temperatures, strong winds, and dry fuels may result in a rapid spread of wildfires across the western high plains today. For the east coast, lingering storms with onshore flow will bring high surf, dangerous rip currents, and coastal flooding, especially at high tide. You can see those flood warnings there in the Delmarva. Now, as far as the developing tropical storm and potential hurricane that is going to develop in the Gulf of Mexico, sometime Wednesday of next week on the 25th, rapidly move in here and maybe on the GFS model here make landfall in the panhandle of Florida Saturday, September 28th. Let's take a look at some of the other models, including the CMC model here, showing that hurricane developing on the 25th and lingering in the Gulf here before it makes an assault here on Louisiana on the 28th or the 29th. And we can take a look at the European model here, which doesn't go out as many days, and you can see, well, we don't see any development because that only goes out to the 24th. So the models are lining up, and they are now in consensus as far as the development here happening in just the next few days. So in 3 or 4 days, we're going to have spaghetti models showing up, and it is ever more looking like the Gulf region should be preparing for a major storm or a hurricane making landfall sometime at the end of next week. Oh, and the snowfall totals. Let's take a look at those. So we are going to be getting some heavy snow in Colorado, and it is all over the papers. So that is going to be hitting the ground here on Saturday and Sunday, just the next 2 days. We are expected to get a little rain here, but it'll be interesting to see if we have snow-capped mountains Saturday morning or Sunday morning. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! Al Gore is not happy about the snow forecast. Seismic update. No quakes of note worldwide, low-level activity. All is quiet across the globe. And that leads us into worldwide volcano news for Friday, September 20th. Semadu, 14,000 foot. Who knew? Now you do. Fuego to 16,000 foot. Ibu to 8,000 foot. Liwa Toby puffing and passing today. Raventador, 15,000 foot puff. Fuego to 16,000 foot. Sabancaya puffing and passing. Semadu, 14,000 foot puff. Popo to 19,000 foot today. And an interesting development over at Kilauea, lava cascades started to fill Na Pau crater floor after overflowing its northwestern rim. Take a look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Ibu to 10,000 feet. Sabankai to 23,000. Liwatobi to 13,000. Sangay to 19,000 foot today. Ibu to 10,000. Oh, and we had quite a list. And that wraps up Worldwide Volcano News for the 20th. We'll jump over to space weather, where we have a few sunspots peppering the disk, many of them Earth-facing, but no flaring going on whatsoever. The sun has gone quiet, and only low-level sea flare activity at all. 3-day geomagnetic forecast, all quiet on the western front. Now, we got a few questions in the other day, and someone made some really embarrassing comments, but I want to show you something that will blow your mind. The universe is considered to be 13.8 billion years old. But because of the advent of new telescope technology, we've been able to see further and further into space. And a recent paper suggested a 28 billion year old age for the universe. But the number continues to rise. And how far can telescopes see today? Well, the answer to this question is constantly evolving as technology advances and new discoveries are made. Currently, the furthest distance that telescopes can observe is the edge of the observable universe, which is estimated currently to be 46.5 billion light years away. Hey. The universe just tripled in age in a single decade. And it's our supposition that the universe is infinite. And so the better the equipment, the further we will see. Leave a comment below. Here is the sharticle of the day. An entire swarm of black holes detected moving through the Milky Way. The Milky Way? That's our galaxy. How come everything hasn't been sucked up? I do digress. Here is an artist's impression of the black holes in a cluster. And this sharticle is quite a fluster. A fluffy cluster of stars spilling across the sky may have a secret hidden in its heart. A swarm of over 100 stellar mass black holes. How they came to this conclusion is through fairy tale science. Now, the star cluster in question is called Palomar 5. It's a stellar stream that stretches out across 30,000 light years. So it's not a cluster. It's a stream. It's a thread. Just like the electric universe model suggests should occur on a Birkeland current. But I do digress. No black holes. Now, guys, have you heard about Rescue the Republic and joining the resistance right before the election this year? Yes. In Washington, D.C., September 9/29/24. Just 8 days, 17 hours, and 44 minutes away. Our republic is under attack by a conglomerate of industrial complexes. It is time to remove the foot of big ag, big pharma, and the globalists that are choking us to death, feeding us poison and lies, well, and the end of the mainstream media. If you have a chance to support this mission, please go to jointheresistance.org, look up what's going on, donate to the cause, and get down to Washington, D.C. in just 8 days and 17 hours. All the links will be below. Also, if you are interested in taking a look at the Three Canyons Permaculture Farm where I'm sitting tonight in the barn, the end of summer permaculture orchard tour was today, a 10-minute walkthrough. It's really worth a look, and you may learn something. Also, if you didn't know, Oppenheimer Ranch Project has a preparedness store on Amazon where you can get the highest rated, best products available for all your needs. Ham radios, EMP, solar flare, aquaponics, cannabis care, survival seeds, seed banks, sprouting seeds, health supplements, Permaculture necessities, organic gardening essentials, telescopes, ham radios, worldwide communication, vape pens, herbal pens, stop smoking, season extenders, clutches, tunnels, cold frames, greenhouses, greenhouse film, bomb shelters, first aid kits, Faraday cages, solar generators, grow lights, hydroponic systems, aquaponic systems, Scandinavian hatchets, and so much more, including thermal imagers, night vision, juicers, and on and on. Winter survival essentials, portable heaters, CB radio technology, animal game butchering, greenhouses, aquaponics. Go check it out. It is a wealth of stuff at the highest rated on the internet for purchase. And, well, it supports our channel and it will support your preparedness. Tomorrow, Leah Ransom and I are going to be discussing some amazing topics on Revolution Radio, replayed later the evening on Magnetic Reversal News, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. The first paper, The Durably Reducing Conspiracy Beliefs Through Dialogues with AI. This is a fantastic dystopian dive into the world of AI and, well, just how stupid humanity is and where we're going. But the bulk of the show is going to be on these real-time, self-assembling, stereo, microscopically visible artificial constructions in incubated specimens of mRNA products, mainly from Pfizer and Moderna. And we're talking about nanostructures, self-assembling nanomaterials in this paper. And we'll be discussing all the implications, what it might mean for humanity, and, well, what the is going on. You want to talk about real medicine and survive and thrive in the coming times, maybe World War III, a grid down scenario, Black Swan event? Get the Jace case, emergency medication, life-saving medication you're taking now. You can get up to a year's supply and backup. Could last for decades, stored correctly, including antibiotics, ivermectin, and anything else you want to put in your personalized survival case from Jace. Get your Jace case, support our channel, and support your preparedness. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video. We are shadow banned, and we need your help to grow. Become a Patreon, support the work we do, and watch all of our podcasts in one place, commercial free. But most importantly, be safe. We love you. Revolution Radio.